AI is moving in unimaginable speed. We have a new text-to-motion engine that generates instant 3D animation from just a prompt. And we have an AI that literally beats Google's Nano Banana Pro at refocusing. Then, we have an all-in-one generator that does image, video, and editing all at once. And lastly, a tool that lets you change clothes or styles perfectly. Before we start, I appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel and turn the bell on. First up, we have Hunyuan Motion 1.0 from Tencent. So what does it do? You give it a simple text prompt, like a person doing a backflip, and this thing generates a full-on, skeleton-based 3D animation. You can drop these directly into game engines like Unreal, Unity, or software like Blender. It's designed to create realistic human movements from just your words. All you need to do is type. Here, the prompt is, a person waves their right hand sitting on a beach chair. You hit generate, and there it is. It's sitting, it's waving. No mocap suit required, just a keyboard. Now let's look at the atomic actions, basically the building blocks of movement. Here we have a person sitting down, running forward, and jumping. The landing physics look really solid. Moving on to sports. A person shoots a basketball, kicks a soccer ball, and swings a golf club. The follow-through on that swing is very clean. Next up is fitness. Here's a squat, marching, and a sit-up. Look at the struggle on the sit-up. It looks natural. With this, you can populate a whole gym scene in seconds. Then we have social actions, playing the piano, dancing jazz, and practicing Tai Chi. The fluidity here is impressive. And the mundane stuff, lying on a bed reading, speaking, and sweeping the floor. The sweeping is a bit stiff, but hey, it's sweeping. Now, can it do two things at once? Here is a lunge stretch. And look at this, playing drums while sitting down. It handles the upper body and lower body separation perfectly. What about sequences? Picking up an object, then lifting it over the head. It understands the timeline. Down, grab, up. That's huge for game devs. Here are some game character actions. Swinging a sword, blocking with a shield. You can feel the weight in the animation. And combat, boxing stance, walking with a long gun, and oh, the death animation. It collapses to the ground after being hit. That looks like a ragdoll physics simulation generated from text. But here is the best part, retargeting. You can take these skeleton moves and apply them onto any 3D character. Look at this zombie dragging its feet. It fits perfectly. Here is a taekwondo kick applied to a cyborg and a skeleton. It translates perfectly across different body types. And here is Spider-Man walking while looking left and right. Finally, characters walking on a tightrope. The balance adjustments are actually insane. If you come to the top of the page, you will see everything released. Here's the GitHub. You'll find all the code here. If you click on GitHub, you'll find everything. Yeah, and they also put the minimum VRAM requirement. The standard Hunyuan Motion 1.0 has a size of 1.0 billion parameters. The Hugging Face link is here, and the minimum VRAM requirement is about 26 gigabytes. The lightweight version requires 24 gigabytes of VRAM. Yeah, I don't believe these are the only models. There might be a quantized version later. Anyway, they released everything here.
They also told us their current limitations, especially the multi-person interaction. All the moves you have seen were a single person. There is no such thing as multi-person interaction yet. They're trying to make it more like a video generator where you can do everything,
but right now that's not there. And regarding the camera, descriptions of objects, scenes, or camera angles are not supported. You cannot control the camera movement. Yeah, you cannot even change the background or objects, not the character, but the object. So keep that in mind. Next up, we have something that honestly beats the competition. It's generative refocusing. Have you ever taken a photo that was absolutely perfect? Great expression, great lighting, but the focus was just wrong? Usually, that photo is trash, but this AI fixes that. It lets you change the focus after the picture has been taken. Just look at this historical photo. With this, you can add more blur or bring the background people into focus. It gives you creative freedom that didn't exist when the photo was taken. Think about storytelling. In this shot, the camera originally focuses on the Joker, but what if you want to see the reaction of the people in the back? Boom! You can shift the focus plane seamlessly. It works on everything. You can focus on the guy in the front or shift it to the woman in red in the back. Even on this grainy black and white photo, you can isolate the handshake. It understands the depth of the image perfectly.
It's not just about what is in focus, but how it looks. Check out these two girls. You can change the aperture size, make the background creamy and blurry, or sharp and detailed.
You are basically changing the camera lens settings virtually. This is my favorite part. Look at this line of people. You can slide the focus down the line, person by person, or shift focus from the cello player right to the audience in the back. This is cinematic level control. We've all been there. You take a group selfie or a photo of a couple, and one person is blurry. This saves those memories. You can bring everyone into focus. In fact, you can just say, focus on everything.
It brings the friends outdoors, the business team, and the conference audience all into focus. It recovers details that looked lost. Look at the photographer. Now you can see her and the background. Even text. Look at the Scrabble tiles. It recovers the word people from a blurry mess. That is magic. And for the artsy folks, you can even change the shape of the bokeh. Change those background lights into hearts or stars.
Now, let's address the elephant in the room. This beats Nano Banana Pro at refocusing, hands down. Look at the Nano Banana Pro result on the right. It changes her face. It changes the lighting. It alters the identity. But our model keeps her exactly the same, just changes the focus.
Look at the guy on the right. Nano Banana Pro tries to refocus him, but it hallucinates a totally different face. That's not the actor. But this AI recovers the actual face. Look at the historical photo. Nano Banana Pro is changing their expressions, their poses. That's not refocusing, that's reimagining. This AI respects the original image. If you want fidelity, this is the one. This might not be a big deal for people who don't take photos or don't work with photography, but if you work in a studio or are involved in that kind of work, this is definitely worth checking out. This refocusing AI is worth trying. Okay, if you come to the top of the page, you find everything, their research paper and everything. And you will find the code on GitHub. If you click here, you'll find everything here, including their installation steps and how to download the weights. So I will leave this page for you guys to check it out.
We have VInO. This is like an all-in-one: image, video, and editing. It's a unified visual generator designed to do all three things at once. If we look at the image generation, it does a pretty good job. I wouldn't say it is state-of-the-art, but the quality is not bad. I actually like this image. It does a pretty good job.
It can also do video generation. You can see it works, but you might notice that the quality is not high definition, more like 480p. Yeah, this is the trade-off when you have everything in one model. I think it is good except for the resolution.
It can also do image to video. Like, it took this image and the prompt says, generate image 1 walking on a forest path, reaching out to touch leaves while the camera follows. And it does the exact thing. He is reaching to touch leaves while the camera follows him. I wouldn't say from the side, more like from the front, but it did a good job following instructions. And here it took the photo of Messi and says, generate image 1 cutting fruit in the kitchen filmed from the side.
Here, everything is correct. The character is the same, and it generated from the side. He is trying to cut something. I don't know if that's a watermelon. It's a combination of fruits, and there is a weird thing happening right there. It is not state-of-the-art. More like the jack of all trades, but the master of none. And here, it took this image and says, generate image 1, presenting something in an office using small hand gestures. Yeah, she looks like she's presenting something, and she is moving her hands, so it did wonderfully. And it can also do image editing. Here it says, add a small rowboat. And you can see it added the rowboat and the reflection. And here it says, add swirling, vibrant brush strokes. It added the stroke. And you can see the image is the exact thing. The bags are the exact thing, except they have more light because of the reflection. And here it says, change the robe to deep emerald silky. Yeah, it changed the dress nicely here. Here it can also do what we call instruction-based video editing. You give it a reference video like this, and you say, transform the scene into a hand-drawn anime cel-shaded style. And yeah, you can see the exact castle here, and the clouds are moving like the original. This is just wonderful. Here, it takes this video and says, transform the interaction into a stylized comic panel, and it did exactly that. It is the exact video, the exact movement. One thing I noticed is that hand. First, it was white, seeming like her hand, but now it looks like his hand. Yeah, that's the only issue, but it is actually very nice. Yeah, it can also do multiples of that. Here, it gave this video in this image and says, put the hat from the image on the man in the video. And without changing the motion, it was perfect editing. It put the hat on the guy, which is wonderful. I mean, I haven't seen this in other high-end models. They can do text to image, but you cannot input your own video, image, and text to generate this kind of result. This gives you a lot of control.
And here, it can also take a reference video for motion. Here you can see,
based on the camera motion in the video, transfer that effect to this image. So basically, it animates this car image based on the carnival video movement. You can see it is moving from right to left.
And here, it did the exact thing. When you come to the top of the page, you can see the GitHub. And when you click on it, it's going to lead you to their page. But yeah, it says, we released the VInO webpage. Paper, code, and weights are under internal review. So it is not fully out yet, but keep an eye on it. And lastly, something a bit different. This is FFP300K. Now, this is actually a project about a massive dataset to train other AIs, but the visual results they are showing are wild. It helps for changing a style while keeping the original motion perfectly intact. Like the first video, it was the original of a couple holding ice cream. Then it changed it to a different style, and it looks great. Then it changes to another style. I don't know what the style is, but look at the consistency. And here, it changes the style into maybe cartoonish, with like it seems like art, then to another one. And after that, like the AI is also good for virtual try-on and in-hand product replacement. Yeah, you could see the original video on the left. Now you can make any person wear any kind of clothes, or you can just do it for yourself. Maybe if you were curious, like how this clothes looks on you. Dress it all, like any kind of thing. The same with the next. Like the motion is the exact thing. Everything beside the clothes is the exact thing.
Yeah, and for ads, like this one is good because you can take any existing ad and maybe put your image to it, and then it's gonna replace the product. I mean, this looks natural. Look how it changed the bag to a briefcase, or the chips, the Lay's chips, into some kind of perfume. Like, this looks natural. This is incredible.
The only thing I watched is like you see the text on her right hand, this one is additional. So that is the only thing it messed up. Other than that, it looks perfect. The same here. I mean, this looks amazing. And if you look at the comparisons, like with Wonder Woman, it replaces the dress with a superhero costume. The other AIs struggle to keep the background or the identity stable, but this one locks it in. Turning a cat video into claymation, the consistency here is just on another level compared to the others.
When you come to the top of the page, it says the code is under review and the dataset is coming soon. So they are aiming to release the code, but currently it is under review. Anyway, I'll leave this page for you guys to follow with the code if you're interested in trying it out. And I think that's it for this video. Which AI did you find the most useful? I think all of them are amazing, but if I had to pick just one, I'd go with Generative Refocusing. The way it saves bad photos and beats the competition is just next level. So if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and hitting a bell. Until next time, folks.